Well, another round of Premier League football, another round of VAR decisions, questionable ones, second yellows, straight reds, denying goal scoring opportunities, not even a card in some instances, which I'm going to start this video off with here because I do want to get on the Arsenal-Man City game also, the Kovacic non-red card and non-second yellow, which was as clear a yellow card as I would have ever thought. I mean, if Jota's two yellow cards against Spurs the other week were yellows, these ones definitely were yellows, but Michael Oliver decided not to give. But before we get into that, my beloved Reds, as you can see behind me there, this is Anfield, Liverpool fan. Obviously, there'll be a little bias when it comes to the Scousers, but we had a penalty given, rightly so, against Brighton. Again, should have buried the game. Gravenberch, crossbar, flash across goal. I mean, we concede Robertson ducking, turning his back on a ball that should have been dealt with very easily, but neither here nor there. That's done now. Szoboszlai was clean on goal and basically just needed to stick a foot out and have a shot at goal there. Keeper was pretty much done for. Yeah, there was a defender on the line, but we had Pascal Gross grab him by the collar, as you're going to see on screen right now, and drag him down. There was no attempt to play the ball. I mean, if you have to drag a player's jersey, there's an automatic non-playing of the ball there. The penalty was given. VAR did check it to make sure it was a penalty, but no red card for a clear goal-scoring opportunity. And of course, the boys from the Anfield Wrap did post this up as well earlier on in the day, which I did see. And it reads, "Well done, lads, at FAPGMOL, saying denying a goal or an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, dogzo, where a player commits an offence against the opponent within their own penalty area which denies an opponent an obvious goal-scoring opportunity," which in my opinion Szoboszlai definitely did, looking like he was about to pull the trigger until he got brought down by the literal scruff of the neck. The referee awards a penalty kick. The offender is cautioned if the offence was an attempt to play the ball or a challenge for the ball in all other circumstances, i.e. holding, pulling, pushing, no possibility to play the ball, etc. The offending player must be sent off. And of course, Pascal Gross was not sent off, nor was he given a yellow card, which is baffling to me. I don't know how that wasn't. I mean, it's not to say that this definitely changed the game. We got the penalty, we got the right decision in the end, but no red card there, not even a yellow card, I think is what's got a lot of Liverpool fans and I think football fans in general thinking, what the hell does it take to get a red card as not a last man, like a last-ditch tackle? I mean, Van Dijk got sent off for tackling, was it Isak against the Newcastle game, attempting to play the ball. He got a red card. That should have been probably a yellow card. That would say it's goal-scoring opportunity, but that's neither here nor there. That's been done. He's back on now, and we move. So the Kovacic situation, Mark Goldbridge also put it succinctly as well, saying, Arsenal did win the game, but there probably would be a much more, well, shall we say, outrage or backlash had they not taken something away from the game, because Kovacic in the space of, a few minutes or 20-something minute and then 30-something minute, I mean, how you don't give these two challenges, the first one in particular, let's have a look at the first one here. Again, a still image, I don't want no takedown here, but as you see on screen, the first one on Odegaard, definitely red-worthy in my opinion, on his standing foot, got him down low from behind, straight through, attempting to play the ball, yes, but still absolutely chopped him down. That was only a yellow card, and he was very, very lucky. VAR looked at that, and Michael Oliver said, no, I'm happy with that. And again, if you want to get your conspiracy hats out, let's say that there is a slight connection with Michael Oliver and Man City, UAE, him refereeing over there last weekend with the whole, fiasco of the English Premier League referees going to the UAE to referee. But again, that's for you conspiracy theorists out there. It's still a nice little juicy thing to potentially think about. So the first one, given no red. If that's a yellow card, the second one 100% is also a yellow card. But again, nothing was given. Again, another very much the same tackle from behind or coming in from the side, albeit not as bad. And look, if it was the same tackle but hitting the opponent's leg that was up in the air, or not non-standing leg, shall we say, like with the follow-through, for example, like if Odegaard's left leg was cleaned up when he was off the ground, you probably say, okay, it's neither here nor there, it's whatever. But a standing foot, getting him low on the ankle, but below the shin level, like on that bone, that's pretty dangerous. Second one, of course, going in for Declan Rice, as you've seen on screen now as well, and that was also, dangerous. I don't think that's a red card, but that second one definitely is a yellow card, but nothing was given. Nothing was given. And now we sit here thinking to ourselves, what does it take for these referees to be consistent? It's not to say it should have been a red card, but the first challenge, definitely red card worthy. The second, yellow card worthy. And if the first is a yellow, the second one, sure as shit, is a yellow card as well. Kovacic should have been sent off, but he wasn't. So it's the consistency aspect. We saw Jota, 2 yellow cards last week. One, a couple of rash challenges. One incorrectly given, shall we say. The second one lashed out a little bit. Again, soft or not, was still given as a yellow card. He got sent. Jones's one, attempting to play the ball. Some reckon it was a push or a bit of a roll forward, and he foot went over the ball, caught Basuma's shin, and also, by the by, Basuma being sent for simulation for diving. I mean, if that's a yellow card for diving, again, the challenge on Declan Rice from Kovacic definitely was also a yellow card, but it wasn't given. And if Arsenal had not won that game, there would have been their own inquiry. But as I said in previous videos on previous channels, if it's an on-field call, there's always going to be some division. You're never going to get things 100% right. But if it was an offside that was denied, a proper clear offside goal, even from bad communication, I say 100% you're within your rights. Arsenal, I will back you all the way. You go chase them down and get yourself that whatever result is that you're aiming for. But of course, it's not going to happen. So, within saying that, Mark Goldbridge, of course, had his little say, and as Mark Goldbridge does, he was very adamant that if Arsenal didn't get anything from this game, as I've just said, obviously taking a bit of leeway from him, we would have seen a massive outcry from the public. Let's have a look here.
Let's not forget, football won today. Football won today. Justice was served today. And we mustn't forget, and I think Arsenal fans really have a responsibility with the rest of football fans to highlight this issue. If Arsenal had drawn or lost that game, the people would be in uproar on social media tonight. But Arsenal fans will forget. They'll forget because they won the game. That they shouldn't forget. That was a complete and utter stain on the game for the second week in a row. And we shouldn't be so naive and manipulated as football fans to just brush it under the carpet because the right team won the game. The bottom line is Michael Oliver should be suspended. The PGMOL should be releasing the audio again, and they should be apologising twice to Arsenal.
I mean, I'll just leave it there. I'll link it down below because I don't want to make this all about Goldbridge. But you can definitely see that there is something going on there. There is definitely something to be said about the refereeing of Michael Oliver. He's meant to be the best referee in England. He's meant to be the top referee there. And once upon a time, people say Howard Webb was. Once upon a time, people say Mark Clattenburg was. We also had previous referees, like you still get, what's his name, Dermot Gallagher coming on. You also have Mike Dean having it out with Nigel Pearson. Is it Nigel Pearson? I think that's his name. On, Sky Soccer Saturday, whatever the hell they call that. There are so many other avenues I can go with this, but I think the bottom line is we've seen, again, another instance of refereeing standards not adhering to consistency. That's all we want, consistency. If 2 yellows for Jota the other week is worthy of a sending off for those particular challenges, then Kovacic is 100% were as well. I'm not saying he should have been, or I agree with that. The first one, again, definite red card worthy. The second one, yellow card worthy. But if the first is a yellow, the second one sure as hell is a yellow too. Didn't happen. Szoboszlai being grabbed by the back of the jersey, literal tug down as he's about to pull the trigger, he's about to shoot. Now you don't know if he's going to score because keeper's still in the way, sort of. There was a defender on the line. Maybe it wasn't last man, but again, just because it's last man, if you're moving away from goal, it doesn't automatically mean it's a red card. Sometimes they make things up along the way. As we saw from the actual rule book itself, clear goal scoring opportunity or not attempting to play the ball, which Pascal Gross didn't until he dragged down Szoboszlai and then sort of like stuck a foot out. Not even a yellow card. Not a red card, which I probably think it should have been. I was actually surprised to see him still on the pitch, but no yellow card. That makes sense. Basuma, 2 yellows the other day, second one for diving simulation. Some would say that's karma at work. I would think it's just, why do you need to dive? Referee's right in front of you. Don't do anything silly like that. And of course, people bring up other instances. Well, what about this? What about this? There was also the penalty shout against Van Dijk in the game with Brighton the other day. But of course, the shot came in off his thigh onto his hand, and the rule states as well, if it deflects off the person's body onto the arm, it's too close of a range to call a penalty. If he took a shot and he stuck his arm out, penalty all day of the week. And by the by, if that's our player pulling down someone like I don't know, Matoma, shall we say, in the penalty box, they're getting a red card, I would think. Even based on circumstances from the last week with Liverpool, with all that relation as well. But I don't know, man. I don't know. The refereeing decisions have been very much contentious in the last week or so, and they're still going on till today. Many will say Kovacic was incorrectly left on the pitch. Many will say it was a fair call. Some will say the referee made a decision, let's deal with it. But these are the subjective on-field decisions that will always spark debates. People say, well, I was Arsenal's replay as a joke. This is not replay worthy. If it was a goal that was incorrectly disallowed, I would say by all means. And if it was clearly and obviously a massive error, I say go chase your replay down. But it is what it is. And that is where we have it here. Michael Oliver, OLIVAR, failing to maybe do his job properly. Some will say he did a good job. I think he's lacking in massive consistency with what we've seen over the last few weeks. You let me know your thoughts if you come across this video down below.